going to be working with transformations. Now, transformations, exactly what are they? Well, if you think about it, we're getting ready to go through some transformation right here with our classrooms changing, and you're going to be rotating classes and going from one teacher to another and causing a change. So let's take a look here. Transformation, a change. Okay. There are things that fall underneath that umbrella of transformation. Translation, which is a slide. Rotation, which is turn. You're going to turn it around. And reflection, a flip or a mirror. All this falls under geometry. But before we get started, there are some other vocabulary terms that you should be familiar with, but I want to recap them just before we get started. So do take notes as we go through this video and jot down things that you find particularly helpful or that you want to recall for later on. Okay? First of all, line of symmetry. Line of symmetry. Okay. Now, a line of symmetry could be a line going this direction, or it could be a line going this direction. Either way, it's going to be right in the center of something. That's really what we're looking at, is the center. So this could be our line of symmetry here. If I had the circle, maybe that's not quite the center, but that would be my line of symmetry. Or maybe in my triangle. And again, I'm not a good drawer, so work with me here. Okay? But it's some of the other things that we should be familiar with at this point, which are going to become very important in this particular lesson. Coordinate plane. Ordered pairs. Also, congruent. Now that may be a new one to you. Congruent is simply an object or a shape that remains the same size and shape no matter where it moves to. That's called the side, side, side rule. So you may want to jot that down. Side, side, side rule. Okay. Another one that you need to be familiar with is similar. Okay. Similar is a figure that has the same shape. So I could have a triangle like this, or I could have a triangle like this. Either way, it's similar. It's the same shape. It's just not the same size. That would be similar. You need to be aware of that. Also, one last piece. We talked about coordinate plane and ordered pairs earlier. You also want to be familiar with X and Y axis. Okay. Those are also extremely familiar. Good to take a look at those. Double check. Make sure you've got those. If you don't know what they are, you can always look it up in the book. You can always ask a partner, or you can always review the video or ask me. Either way works. Now, we're going to turn here to the other side of our board. Okay, and I have drawn, what's this? A coordinate plane. Oh my. And I don't know if you can see it very well or not, but I do have my positive numbers going this direction on my x-axis, and my negative numbers going this direction on my x-axis. On my y-axis, positive numbers are going up, and negative numbers going down. Okay, this becomes really, really important for us because now we're going to make those translations, those reflections, and those rotations come to life. Okay, this is how we do it. Okay, let's say we've got an expression of x, let's see, x plus 6 and y plus negative 4. Well, what does that mean exactly? X plus 6 and y plus negative 4. What that means is each vertex is going to move 6 units to the right and 4 units down. Okay, let me show you what that means. Okay, let's start with, how about -4 and 5? Let's try that. So we're going to go -4 and then up to 5. So here we go. Remember, we always start with the x-axis first. So -4 right there and up to 5. There's our first point. Now we're going to go to -4 and 3. So -4 and up to 3. Here's our next point. Okay, now we've got 2 points there. And now we have -1. Let's go to -1 and 3. So -1 and up to 3. Okay, and you can see my 3 points there. Let me draw this in. And you can kind of get a better idea of what that is. There we go. Okay. Now we want to have this as a translation. Remember, a translation, we're going to slide. So we're going to slide over. And at this point, we're going 6 units over and 4 units down. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's my 6 unit over. And then I'm going to go 4 down. Okay? And my 6 unit over is 2. And my 4 down is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay? So there's my 4 down. 2 and 1, it's right there. I wanted to show you how my 6 over was going to look. This isn't going to be the point that we're going to use. This will be. Let me draw back in my little lines here. Okay, so we've moved that over 6 units over and 4 down. Now we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go 6 units over and 4 down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have it right here. Okay, again, we're going to go right back up here, and we're going to go 6 units over and 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now our 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let's connect those dots. There's 2 dots connected, and we'll come across here. And look at that. We have a slide. Notice how it's not changed shape. It didn't change direction or anything else. It just slid. So it slid across and it slid down. And that's how we end up with our translation or our slide. Okay, now, what about a reflection? Well, let's look at it this way. And we'll use a different colored marker so that we can hopefully see it really well. And we're going to start with -3 and 3. So I'm going to go right up here. There's my green mark. So -3 and 3. Then we're going to go to, let's say, 1 and 4. So here's 1 right here. And we're going to go up to 4. So we have it right there. 1 and 4. And then we're going to go to 3 and -1. Okay? So 3 right here and -1 is going to take it right there. And I know that my items are overlapping, but that's okay, because hopefully we'll be able to see the difference when we get done here. Okay, so I'm going to connect these. All right, so we can see that big one. This is going to be our reflection. What's interesting about a reflection is that our x-axis doesn't change. Those numbers are going to remain the same. However, the y's are going to be the actual opposite. So in this case, the x-axis again won't change. So we're going to keep -3. But this time instead of 3, we're going to be at -3. So -3 and 3, that puts us right there. And then we're going to have 1 and negative, or negative 4. So 1, right there, and negative 4, going to go right there. And then we have 3 right over, and negative 1, which is, oh, look at that, same spot. And we connect the dots here. And we can see that we do have a reflection. There, notice how it's changed just a little bit. And we've reflected. Okay? Looks pretty cool. And it's really pretty easy. What do we need to remember? Our x numbers aren't going to change. That's going to stay the same. But the y's are going to be the opposite. Very simple. Okay? One more to go, and then we'll send you off to try it on your own. Check this out. This will be fun. So now we have a rotation. Let me get a different color pin here. I think I'll use blue. Okay. And so we're going to start with 0, 0. That's going to put us right here. Remember, 0, 0 is going to be right dead center at the x and y axis. Okay. And then we're going to do 3 and 0. Okay, so 3 and 0, that's going to put us right here. And finally, let's do, how about 3 and 4? We'll just make it easy for us. So we've got 3, and we're going to go up to 4. Okay, so that puts it right there. We'll connect those lines. Okay. So remember, we're working on this one. I know it's getting a little confusing. Let's see if I can clear it up a little bit here. Maybe we can see it better that way. Okay. Sorry, small budget. So now we're going to go, we're just going to move this 90 degrees. And we're working on this one, so we're going to start with 0, 0 again. So that's going to stay the same. Okay, we're just moving again 90 degrees. This time we're going to have 0 and negative 3, so that's going to put it here. And then we're going to have 4 and negative 3. So there's a negative 3 here. Here's our 4. We always want to start with the x-axis first. Go to 4 and negative 3. And there we have it. So now we'll connect our lines. And there you see, we have moved this 90 degrees. Okay, pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's all you need to remember. Let's recap this really quick. Okay, so for a slide, our y coordinates are going to be the opposite of what they are first goal. The x coordinates are going to stay the same. Not a problem. Okay? Our translations, when we have our equation or our expression, we are looking at this and saying, okay, this is telling me I'm going to move 6 on the x-axis, so 6 to the right, and I'm going to go on the y-axis down 4. Okay? Now this would be true even if it was x plus 7 and y plus 2. That just means that I would move up 2. I wouldn't move down 2. I would move up 2. Okay? So it's just plugging in those numbers and following what you see on the coordinate plane. Now we've got our rotation. And our rotation, we started out, we have 0, 0, and then we went up always to the x-axis first, and then the y. Okay, marked it, came down, marked it again. Then we flipped it. And we took this and we just rotated the whole thing 90 degrees. So easy, so much fun. Geometry is great. It's such a good time. And this is where we're going to really have a good time. Enjoy this, have fun, and ask questions.